Char Margolis, Char Communications Incorporated, and CharVision LLC do not endorse or offer for any purpose but entertainment the views of any guest or other expert on CharVision or UBN.
I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision. She's here. My favorite friend who's a numerologist. Her name is Glynis McCants. And Glynis, this is Love by the Numbers, by the way. This is her book, and you can get it. And you can, is her website up there, Tony? Mm-hmm. Okay. And hi from Sunny. Hi from me. Happy June 23rd. Happy summer solstice, which was a couple days ago. And happy summer.
Hi. Good to see you. And
it's
your
wonderful.
Puppy,
well,
sweet dog.
You know what? You've been on a few times now. I think you're like the most popular guest that I've had, and I'm so grateful for you to be here again.
It's so much fun being with you and comparing notes.
And you know, also it's like prestigious because you've been on Dr. Oz. We were on Dr. Phil together.
That's right.
The Doctors.
Yes.
Extra,
The
ET,
Talk, we'll throw them in because
Talk.
they love
The Talk is a really good show.
It is. It's become really fun. And Sarah Gilbert is an amazing human being.
Isn't she?
Yes.
She's lovely.
Very kind. And she
Roseanne
created that show.
Is Roseanne coming back?
Well, they're doing something. Is it on FX? What channel? Not FX, but what's it going to be on? Not Netflix. They're definitely doing some episodes, some new episodes.
That's really good.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It'll be fun
really,
to see.
really good. And so... Anyway, you're doing a workshop. Before I forget,
yes,
you're doing a numerology workshop, and you're teaching on July 29th from 1 p.m. Where? How do we do?
It's online. See,
it's online.
Yes, because people always complain, gee, I don't, I can't get where you are. When can I see you? I'm like, let's do it online. So what's great about this, it's guaranteed you get an answer to your question. Like everyone in that class, it's a round table. So it's limited seating.
That's so nice.
Is that cool? And everyone presents their question and gets an answer from me. And you hear my voice, I talk to them, and you listen in the class.
Is it like GoToMeeting or
no,
how do you do it?
No, it's just online. They can watch it or listen on their computer, on the phone, or Skype. But it is so exciting and so good. And then it's taped so they can refer back to it. And there's an early bird special. So, Well, it's numberslady.com. If they go there, they can look it up and read all about it.
I love early bird specials.
Oh, that's fun?
And I love blue plate specials. Ta-da! Love by the Numbers. Glynis, it's here. Okay, so what are we going to talk about?
Well, there's a lot going on, and I wanted to follow up on a couple things. First, I'm going to always say, what is numerology? Because some people don't know, and people are always discovering you on wonderful YouTube. So here's what it is. It's a science of numbers. It's 2,500 years old. Pythagoras was the creator of the system that I use because there's more than one system. And the belief is that everything in this universe has vibration. And that's why, especially people, when you meet someone, you're like, I really, really like you.
Right.
But you meet someone else, you're like, okay, why do I want to go to sleep? Why am I depressed?
Right.
That is energy. And it's something I've mastered. I mean, come on. I've done this 27 years. This is what I do. I live, eat, and breathe those numbers.
I was at dinner at Glynis's house. She's got an amazing husband named Charlie. Yes. And talking about energy, she said, and we're with a friend.
Yes.
Carla. We can say Carla.
We
Pennington,
can say that.
And she won't mind. And they're talking away, and I'm sitting there, and she goes, well, Char's checked out again. and I went, what? And she's one of the only people who've caught me at this.
Yes. She mentally leaves the building. I said she regroups out there, and then she comes back. But no one knows. People
and they're
think
talking,
she's right there.
and they think I'm interested in what they're saying, and I'm like...
Gone. But I caught her. Then she had to come back. She's like, wait, what? It was very cute. But
But
actually,
you were very perceptive.
oh
and
yeah, I pick up
you
that.
feel
Yeah.
energy.
The truth of what's
You're
in this
also
really
very
joy.
intuitive and psychic.
Oh,
And people
yeah.
don't really know that. But she's great with the numbers, but she's very intuitive and psychic.
But here's how that works. When I have your numbers, you can run, but you can't hide. And my
Right.
third eye is wide open. So it's still my tool. So if you ask me about someone, I instantly go, well, wait, what's the birthday?
It's your focal point.
Right. And if they go,
Okay.
oh, I don't have the birthday, I'm like, I can't.
Okay, so
answer
it's
that.
25.
So it does
how
matter.
many years old? 25.
2,500?
100 years old?
It ain't 25 years old.
Wow.
It's 2,500 years old, and Pythagoras was the creator of the system. And what's great about him, harmonics was his thing, music. And that's
we
why
love music.
there is music therapy, and I'm going to be introducing this in my new book. I'm working on a new book. But here's how it goes. When
I'm
you hear
excited.
certain sound
Yeah.
that's compatible to you, it will heal you. And that's why there's certain music you can hear and you feel so happy and so good again when you were depressed. That's vibrational healing, and Pythagoras was all about harmonics.
Well, we know, Char visionaries know about balancing chakras.
Yes.
In my CD, Chakra Therapy, takes you through each one of the 7 chakras, and each one of our chakras resonates with a musical note and a color.
Beautiful.
And when you go through the 7 major chakras, you feel really balanced.
Yes.
When you're done.
Yes.
So he was onto something.
Absolutely. Well, he's actually the creator of harmonics, so he was more than onto something.
Well, then I'm grateful to him.
Developed it. That's what I mean. It's like when you're born, there's a certain tone that you come through with, and it's just vibration. It comes from your birth certificate name and your birth date, because your birth date is sacred. You can never change your birthday. You can change your name, so you do have the power to mess with your vibration. If you're not loving it, you can change it through your name. And that matters. But your birthday is sacred, and that's a sound. And that's why when you meet someone like you and I are a natural match, so it's easy.
Okay, so
Whenever we see each other, we end up grinning. We grin.
do.
Well,
we're very
because
happy to be together.
Right, it's like, hi.
Right.
It's natural match.
We like being in the sandbox.
Right,
and
it's
playing
fun. We're not,
that-
and it's effortless, and it's a
Right.
fun conversation.
Right.
So even though we might have questions we want to answer, we're having fun doing it.
always,
It's easy.
always.
Easy.
And like her husband's the best cook when we had dinner at
Yes.
her house. Oh my
He
God,
did
he's
spoil
a doll.
Char.
He's a doll. And you found him numerologically.
I did find him by the numbers. I said, numerologist looking for a man who's really got my number. And I was topless, of course. But anyway, not exactly. That could have not sold it, actually. It's more like this. I always say that's my breast and my eyes if I wink. But anyway. But the thing is, I knew he was the one. And it's been 15 years now. So I feel so blessed. And I want to talk about another blessing by the numbers, my dog.
Oh, my God.
The dog story.
Wait
we
till
need
you
to
hear the
cover.
story.
It is. It's chilling because it's so beautiful. As I said, people have energy, but so do animals. And we lost our, yes, yes. Shiloh was our dog. And first,
Yeah.
you can name your animal by the numbers, and I do that. In my book, Love by the Numbers, Glynis has your number. You can pick energy to make sure it's compatible to you. So Shiloh's name was 369. Now, that's a natural match to me, and it's a natural match to you. And 3 is the humor, 6 is family, 9 is old soul. Shiloh was all of that. But Shiloh's birthday, she was born on a 6-day, 6 life path, 5 attitudes. So the only problem was the 5 attitude, because they like the dark side.
She was your child.
Oh, yeah, but they like drama, so she kept eating my house. Like, she'd tear it apart and run over to me as a puppy and give me a piece. I'm like, no, because my house has shingles, and she ate them, right? But she obviously grew up. She was 8.5, and all of a sudden she lost her life, which was heartbreaking. And it's because they gave her steroids for something at a time, and you just can't take steroids. If you're a human being or an animal, it will cut your life short. So anyway, our hearts were broken. She passed away February 4th. My husband is a dog person even more than I am. I mean, they're so in love with him. He looks like a husky. Don't you agree? You saw his blue eyes.
He's adorable.
Yeah, but he has that husky look.
He does.
And they love him. So he was depressed.
does.
He's like, I don't want a dog. We took months. Finally, he goes, I'm ready for a dog. It's like after if the dog died February and suddenly it's like April, he's like, I really need a dog. So anyway, we looked at 100 dogs. I'm not kidding, huskies. He had to run birthdays. He wanted to kill me. He's like, it really has to be a 6 life path? I said, yeah, it really does. So anyway, he finally finds this dog, 6 life path, born on a 3-day. So we already know if we get this dog, we'll name it Coco. Well, Coco's 369. So we deliberately made sure the energy was like shallow. So finally, we have to go see it. Now, this dog's brown. Shiloh was white with gray. This dog was white with brown. But there was something in the face that to me looked so much like Shiloh. Even though the eyes were green, Shiloh's eyes were blue. So what happens? We finally drive out to meet this dog. And I'm like, Charlie, we're not just going to get this dog because you like it. I have to like it. So what does the dog do? The minute it meets me, it jumps in my arms and starts kissing my face like it missed me. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you since I passed away, is basically what it felt like, okay? So it's kissing me, and I'm like, okay, this is unreal. Then, of course, he kissed Charlie, but these dogs always kiss Charlie, so that meant nothing. So then I'm like, okay, let's do it. And they're expensive, huskies or not. You have to purchase a husky. So we put her in the car, and what is the first thing she does? She starts to, like, whimper. She doesn't want to be in a cage. So I take her out. I hold her with one arm, and she's quiet and lovely. Are you kidding me? This is a puppy. She's 12 weeks old, but she was nothing but love. And the only time she moved was to kiss Charlie. She'd get away from me to kiss Charlie and then come back to me. So we're thinking, okay, something's up here, right? And I'm comparing notes with the woman who is the breeder. Here's the shocker. Long story short, after comparing photos, Coco's mother is Shiloh's sister.
Goosebumps,
As
right?
God is my witness.
Divine intervention.
After 100 dogs, we're talking looking in Florida, Ohio, everywhere we come back to California.
Divine intervention. I was paying attention, but I wanted to show you the picture.
That's the babies. That's Shiloh with the blue eyes. Yeah, zoom in on that, and that's Coco below. And see the face. Do you see the markings? Do you see the eyebrows? Do you see the line and the forehead?
Okay.
See how they look alike? Enough for me to go,
Can
something's
you see both of them up there?
I mean, come on. So the point is
that crazy?
But then it gets more than that. So fine, now we know they're related. But then I go like this, and the baby's never been trained. I do this with Shell. I go, pa, 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 which is to shake the hand. She shook my hand.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, I got
then,
goosebumps again.
I know, it's freaky. So then we got the bone. If you can find the bone shot where she's sleeping with the bone on her head.
Did you send me that?
Yes, I did. It's in the same article.
Please stand by.
So here's what happened.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. Show this picture.
Okay, show
Shiloh,
this picture.
that is Shiloh's bone. Shiloh was so possessive of her bone, but she passed away. But she'd sleep with it on her head. And suddenly this baby gets the bone and ends up sleeping with it on her head. Stop it. Wow. So that's Shiloh's bone. Yeah, Coco went, oh my God, there's my bone. So it's straight. It's the most miraculous, beautiful story ever. And we thank God every day because we can't get over it. But honestly, by the numbers, we're still talking energy. 36966 versus 36936, and both have a 5 attitude. So she's got a streak in her too. She like, oh yeah, she thinks it's fun to bite your hand when it's not fun to bite your hand. And what else? She's born the 12th. I'm born the 12th, okay? You're born the 21st?
21.
You know how
12.
we're talkers?
Yeah, we're talkers.
She loves to talk. And if you don't know Huskies, they sing. So she's like this. I'm like, no, I'm on the phone. Stop. That's her 3. That's her 5.
Sonny sings.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
He does. Did you want to hear him sing?
Yes.
Okay, well, wait. First of all, he says, I love you. So, Sonny, say, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Oh, my gosh, look at this.
I love you. I love you. Okay. Now
so sweet.
I'll be loving you always. Say you'll love me true always.
You're so
I'll
sweet.
be loving you with a love so true. I'll be loving you.
So sweet.
Always.
So sweet.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you,
Okay, that was amazing because Sonny's just kicking. Oh, wait, performance? Okay, 1 second. Okay, but the plot's going to thicken, isn't it? Now, Sonny's either 369. Give me the spelling. Spell Sonny.
Sunny.
All right, hold on.
And it's March. If she
No,
told
this
me
is
the
1,
right
2,
thing.
3. I remembered this.
Okay.
Your dog is 1, 2, 3, which is also magic.
Right.
1 is the independence, so that dog can be very independent. It may be into you, but it's not going to be into everybody.
Right.
Personality 2, which is love, and
Right.
3, which is funny. So that dog makes you laugh.
He makes me laugh all the time. It's amazing. But your story
Yes.
is
No, it's
divine
I'm
intervention.
telling you, it is.
And
There's
it's-
one other thing like that in my life. My mother literally compared it. When Michael Jackson passed away, I knew Michael Jackson was innocent, that he did not molest children because he was a child. He was a child. He never grew up. So get naked in a bathtub when you think you're 5 years old yourself. The point is, This was a spiritual thing that happened. When he passed away, remember when people were putting their email in? It was like a big bid to try to get in, like 6 million people emailed trying to get an invitation.
Oh.
I got invited.
How'd you get invited?
Because I got invited, just like getting that dog.
You're incredible.
That's straight. I mean, it was like I got a golden ticket. So I got to bring my sister.
You're
and
magic.
And his
You have
casket
magic in
right
your
below
life.
me, and I sat there bawling the whole time. But I felt it was his way of thanking me. It was like, thank you, because I never stopped defending him. I wrote articles saying he'd be found not guilty. And remember, there were 16 or 13 counts against him. And when it was all not guilty, I was bawling. So the fact that they have the same thing with this dog, it's like sometimes miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
And what I say to people, if you don't believe, it can't happen. So you better stop believing.
You gotta
And there's
believe,
some
and you
proof.
gotta follow it.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
gotta put all the
Trust
energy
it.
in it, and you just go for it.
I do.
And that's why you are
Thank
Glynis.
you, thank
That's
you.
why you are the number one numbers lady.
I am the numbers lady, no question.
You are the number one, the best. And so,
Thank you.
okay, so if somebody at home wants
Yes.
to know how to do this,
Yes.
I know that you've done this before,
Yes.
but I still get
first I'm
mixed
going to
up.
invite them to do something. You're going to go to my website and click on the numbers page, okay? Because that
Okay.
way it's going to be a tutorial. It'll be easy for them to see.
Okay.
All right, so let's click on that and make it bigger.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, because
Okay,
that way they're going to be able
now-
to see it, and they're
now
also
the
going to be able to look up their life
The people who are listening
Yes,
at
I'm gonna teach them.
KCOR,
Right.
And even though you're not seeing the screen, it's
Right.
okay because she's going to
Yeah,
explain
and I'm going to
it.
invite you that when you finally get home,
Right.
go to numberslady.com and click on the link that says numbers so that you can learn about your life path
Life
and
path.
your attitude number.
Okay, so you guys
All right,
got
so
that?
here we go. Are we there with
Okay,
Mr.
what's
Tom
the
Cruise?
website
What
again so they
birthday?
know?
It's numberslady.com.
Numberslady.com for you guys who are like have your phones in front of you
Okay, so
and you want to look. So do
Is
that.
Tom born 7/3/1962, correct? You'll see the birthday. All right, so let's just use him as an example.
Okay,
All
Tom
right,
Cruise?
Tom Cruise, 7/3/1962. Let's do it as a class. Ready, children?
Okay.
7 plus
okay,
3
the Scientologist, Tom
plus
Cruise.
1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 2 28. So we're at 28, but in numerology,
Okay.
we want to reduce it to one digit for the basic number. This is just basic
So he's a
numbers 1
10.
through 9. Well, we got to keep going.
Oh, you
2
gotta
plus
keep
8 is
going.
10. 1 plus
10.
0 is 1. He is ultimately a one life path. Now,
Oh.
I need to clarify
What does
something.
that mean?
I'm going to tell you, but the numerology people out there who do watch your show and they're like,
Okay.
wait, what about master numbers?
Okay.
I am not saying the basic numbers are 1 through 9. 1 is the beginning, 9 is the number of completion. That is true. But there are master numbers, the 11, the 22, and the 23. But that's not what we're teaching right now. We're teaching the basic life path.
Okay.
So in Tom's case, it's 1. 1 means striving to be number 1 at what he does.
Right.
Well, I've looked at his work, and I looked at his movie, Box Office Mojo?
Mm-hmm.
He's made $9,300,000,000 worth of ticket sales.
Wow.
That's how good he is. And Tom's not just good here, he's international.
Wow.
Tom goes everywhere to get you to buy that film. And that's a 1. They just have energy. And guess what? When I say there's 6 numbers in your chart, he has 3 1s in his chart.
Wow.
So that means he doesn't relax. He's the Energizer Bunny. What's next? What am I doing? What's the next show? And that's why he's got all those movies going. And even The Mummy,
Right.
although not rated well here domestically,
Right.
it's made over $300 million in the world.
You're kidding.
And the budget was $125 million.
That's
No,
crazy.
I am the numbers lady.
You
and
know
if I like
numbers.
you, I
You
got
know
your
numbers.
number.
Your numbers.
And I do. I respect him because I know people who know him. And the
Right.
people who work with him really like him. And
Right.
he always tries to make them feel special.
That's nice. That's
That's
nice
what I
to
want.
know about
right?
him.
Boys
right.
born on the 3. Born on a 3 day.
Oh, he's
we
a
know
3.
that. We know how much those
Oh,
3s
those
care.
3s
It's
do
a
care,
natural
'cause
thing to
you're a
want to
3.
bring you joy, as are
She's
you.
a 3. I thought I'm a 9.
You're born what day, Grasshopper? The 21st day, Glynis.
Duh.
2 plus 1 is 3.
Oh, you're right.
Yes. And 3 also
I was never
means-
good at math.
But your birthday, if we did 1 digit, it'd be a 9. So let's go to the definition of 9. You want to scroll down and let's read about
Yeah.
her?
Oh.
Now, go to the number 9. Now, I have astigmatism. I'm not going to be able to read what that says, but I can tell you since I've wrote it, the
Yeah.
9 is a natural leader. That means they don't necessarily want to lead. People want them to. Like you get pushed into it. It's like, okay, well, I'll do it because I'll do a good job, I guess, but I didn't necessarily want to. but people want you to. 9 is the old soul. Their family is sacred. So that means, yes, your family means a lot to you, but if you have scars from family, you need to overcome them. Otherwise, they haunt you. And the 9 also is a humanitarian. They always feel this need to give back. How can I make the world a better place? It's not just about your personal success. You want to make a difference in the world. You want to make sure, this is what I say, and I stand by this,
Yes.
that if you do what someone else does, you leave no footprints in the sand. A 9 must leave their footprints in the sand. And as Char, you've done that. But you did that. But don't you get it? Like, it was not an option. You knew you wanted to make a difference, but it would have made you very sad if you just followed somebody else.
It was it's been my obsession. It's been my mission, and always will be till
Right.
the
Till
day
you're
I
gone.
cross
And
over.
your footprints will be left in the sand. So
I hope
what
so.
I promise, it's done. It's done.
I
I
hope so.
promise. But
I do
here's
my
my
best.
concern for a lot of people. We live in a time where people are real comfortable taking your stuff or imitating you. And I think that's really sad. Because what it means is they see your passion and they think, oh, I want your passion. I want you what you have. The only way you can get it is to find out what is your truth. What is in your core. Don't follow somebody else. Don't try to imitate them. Be an original. That is the power. So that's the 9. So I went from the 1 to the 9. Now let's go through each one.
Yeah, let's do
Because
it.
again, people listening in the car, you're going to go, what the heck's my birthday?
Yeah.
Well, you already know how you break it down to 1 digit.
Okay.
And then you can look it up. If you're a 2 life path, it's about heart. It's about love. They need to have a relationship. Like if they're alone, they're sad. If you meet a 2 that's single, it's because their heart's been so broken, they're afraid to hurt again, but it's not healthy. That's a number that wants to bond with somebody else. The 3, sense of humor, way past funny, and I'm double 3, triple D, as we know. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the 3 is
She's
funny.
hilarious.
Yes. Alec Baldwin, got to give it to him. He's double 3. He's funny.
He's funny.
He's funny.
He's funny, but
he's
so
also
are
got
you.
a double 7, so he gets in trouble with the things he says, but he still makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3's has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of 3s out there. Joan Rivers, in her heyday, no one was funnier.
No,
I mean,
she was the best.
She was, and it was just humor. It's like, how can I make it funny? And Robin Williams, he had his 3 energy, but what went wrong for him? Because he had an 8 also. I don't want to jump my line to the number 8, but I will say this to the 8 life path. If they go to a dark place, if they start to feel bad, it can get heavy. It can get really deep. I personally believe he was taking medicine that turned against him. When you look at those ads for pharmaceutical, how often does it say one of the side effects is suicidal thoughts or
Right.
actions? So I feel really bad. I don't know that would have been his end. He
Yeah.
was trying to feel better inside. So that's heartbreaking, but I covered that. He and Joan Rivers had a real connection through numbers.
They did.
Uh-huh. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get that to you on your Facebook page.
You will?
Yes, I'm going to give you the story about them because it's a beautiful thing. You'll see the mirror. Because remember, she died through her deal. Like she was having trouble.
Yeah.
But she shouldn't have died, remember? Mm-hmm. That was horrible what happened. But I explain how you can be misinterpreted.
It was such a
when you're born
mistake.
on an 8 day, which Joan was, she'd say things and get in trouble. So it wasn't just that she was funny. She could be
Right.
really in your face and crush you. But I explain why, okay? So that I will send you because it's a great story about them. But let's continue. The
Okay.
number 4.
4.
They are the builder. So they have a love of what things look like. Like it's not uncommon for them to love construction, but also teachers. Once they learn it, they want to teach you how to do it. They are strong-minded. Okay. Number 5. 5 means freedom. Don't control me. I like to go out there and do what I want to do, but also detective. If they think they don't know the whole story, they're going to find out what really happened. And the thing they have to watch out for is not creating some drama in their own life. It's almost like chaos wants to hang out with them. So even if they say, I don't want drama, they're married to,
Chaos.
Charlie Manson. They married him because he looked nice. And, it's always some
Right.
bizarre story. So they still have it with them.
That's interesting.
Isn't it? Yeah, they
Yes.
explain it. And the other thing, they can run late because they get sidetracked by life.
They get distracted.
But they love it all.
So
They're
do
like,
you think
ooh, look at that butterfly.
Do you think trickster energies can play havoc with them
No,
easier than
no
other
doubt
people?
in my mind. None. Okay, they get too distracted
What
too
number is
easy.
this again?
Number 5. And I'm going to tell you,
Wow.
Donald Trump has a 5. And come on.
He does?
Oh, yes, he does. Let me tell I want to get through this list and then tell you about Donald Trump.
Whoa.
Okay, ready? The number 6. 6 is they need to be in charge of what they do. They tend to run the company. They can also be parents. It's a parent energy. But they have to learn to say it's going good and I deserve it. Otherwise, they have a sabotage streak because they're so used to damage control, so they're not comfortable when things are going smoothly. They think, uh-oh, what am I missing? So that if they scream, hey, it's going good and I deserve it, that's healing for them. The number 7, mystery. They are the ones who observe us. They're watching everybody asking, who am I? What am I? Why am I here? That's the answers they seek. When they are spiritual, they're amazing people. They can fill you in. But when they're cynical, watch out because they can take you down. It's a very honest energy. And love of nature. Nature's very, very much, like I've met 7s that didn't have faith, but they have faith in nature. Nature to them is God energy, right? You look at the ocean.
Well, it's
if you don't see
Mother Nature.
Yeah, but if you don't see God in the ocean, you're not looking.
Then you're not, yeah.
It's abundance. It's a reminder there's so much that you can have.
There's so much things that are bigger than
way bigger than us. Way bigger than us. Okay, so then you have your 8. I said 8s care about financial security. They're the ones who want to make sure they like nice stuff. Like if you want to make a 8 feel good, buy them something you know they like. They'll be dazzled. Especially diamonds, I must tell you. Every time I meet an 8 that has diamonds on, it's always beyond. Like Liz Taylor had.
I was just going to say, is Liz Taylor?
Now, Liz Taylor not only was an 8, but she had like 3 8s in a chart. She was all about it, right? I mean, how many diamonds did the woman have? Number 9, as I said about you, boundaries with family, learning to be in the moment. You know, if you live in the past or you worry too much in your head, that's what makes you unhappy.
That's true.
Yes.
If I worry too much in my head.
Yes. And so master numbers, I will say quickly, born the 11th or the 22nd or the 33, they're here to master life. They're here to communicate. They're here to express themselves. They're smart, but they have to cut themselves slack because they're still just human. See, they often think they're not getting there yet. And then when they pass away, they feel like they never got there. So I always say, embrace that lower frequency. Like 11 is also a 2. A 22 is also a 4. A 33 is also a 6. Yes. Keep it. Don't overwhelm yourself. Now we're going to go to POTUS, President.
POTUS President.
Trump. Now, there's a powerful thing. There's so much going on that I covered with you. And Jerry, do you remember our conversation? Did I not hit that out of the park?
Yeah, because you guys can go on my YouTube channel and see what we talked about the last time Glynis was on.
I made it very clear.
It's very
that
documented.
Russia meddled in our election in a big way, and that this would continue.
Said Russia. You definitely said
I did,
Russia.
and that it
She
would
knew,
continue
guys.
to come to light, and it's only getting that light is getting brighter and brighter. So we're going to deal with that, and what people need to understand. This is the part I'm shocked by. Full disclosure, I have voted Republican and I voted Democrat because I vote for who I think is best. What I'm surprised by is the defense of our current president when he is if he's dishonest. Let's say he told a lie. He said, hey, I hope there's a recording. You know, when you're dishonest and then people look and you finally admit, yeah, well, maybe there isn't. This is the president of the United States. That's a huge position. Now, I'm going to say something about that. We must acknowledge when wrong is wrong. We can't defend what's wrong because then we get lost. And right now, the United States, people in general are very fatigued. You know, there used to be a joke that government's just supposed to be around us, but we get on with our lives. Right now, government's in front of us. You don't. If you have a brain, you are reading the news. You are keeping track of what's happening. You wake up and go, what's up now? What happened now? You don't get to just live your life.
No, it's taking over.
It has taken over, and it really has. I'll tell you why right now. Here we go. So again, if you are a fan of the president, that's fine. But I want you to, anytime you defend him, go to his Twitter feed and read his own words. I say this directly to you because I want you to understand no one's trying to hurt him. Now, ask yourself this. Did he expect to win? The answer is no. Why? Because it wasn't the polls, even his own polls didn't see the win. She won by the popular vote by 2 percentage points. That's 3 million votes, okay? That matters. So, yes, he's president, and that's fine, but it's hard for him. And I told you that. We both said this, by the way. I saw it recently. You said, and I said, oh, he doesn't want this job. This job is not fun. What did he say? I loved my life. I loved my old life.
He loved his freedom.
It was wonderful. I had freedom, but I also had a lot of great things going. It was such a good life. I miss it.
But you know what? if you watch him on the golf course driving his golf cart, it's the only thing he can drive now.
I know.
Because he can't go anywhere.
No,
anything.
but okay,
He's stuck.
so let me explain why that's hard for him. Because remember, I can pull back, and I ask you all to do this when you learn numbers. Pull back and just see it for what the energy is, not the person. Instead of judging him, he's born on a 5-day, which is the way you appear. So he appears like drama. He appears like never a dull moment. Behind it is his life path 4. The 4 is the builder. Hi, what has this man done his whole life? Construction, right? Buildings.
Right.
That's his life. Well, that's really his life path. But his 5 likes the limelight and, how do I mix you up? And then this is where he gets in trouble for himself. He's got a 2 attitude, which is very sensitive. So this guy really wants to be loved. And when you're the president, you don't get to be.
No, never.
No matter what in percentage, no matter what you say, on a good day, 50% disagree with you. On a bad day, more do.
Howard Stern said that.
It's true.
Howard Stern said his biggest problem is going to be that he really cares what people think about him, and he wants everybody to
wants to be loved.
And in
his other life, that was more possible.
And Howard Stern said that's going to be a big problem
It'll
for him.
be his undoing, is what I'm getting at. Because here's the deal. When you need that, and by the way, it's in his chart. There's a positive and negative side to every chart, but it is in his chart, and you can't get it. It leads to depression. So if I was advising him, he's in a personal year of 3, which means communication, and they can't stop talking. They can't stop communicating. That's not to his advantage.
No.
This year is actually toxic to his numerology, and it's getting him in trouble. So if someone said, will he finally get the memo this year? No, he's going to keep expressing himself.
Yeah.
And remember, he doesn't listen to his advisors. The man is 71. This dog ain't going to learn some new tricks. He knows who he is, and he's done well with it. See, in the old days, he could say something crazy, walk away, and they go, that's Donald Trump. But now, that's the President of the United States of America.
And it's all documented on Twitter.
And on video, and on tape. So my point is, I have empathy for him. In that way, yes, I do, because he was running. Right. He has every right to run. He said everything usually people get knocked out for saying. He was so honest.
Right.
But it happened. So this is something he's learning, and it's something we need to learn, because the truth is, how many millions of Americans didn't vote? So now they're angry, but it's like, what are you angry for? You didn't even vote.
Right.
So this was a wake-up call for all of us.
All of us.
We all, that's why people are in the streets. The year of 1 is marching. We're all willing to get out there and campaign and have an opinion. Well, where were we a minute ago? See? Yeah. So it's actually good news. Yeah. It's good news because we now need to define, who are we? Even the health care bill. Who are we? Who do we protect? If you're in a wheelchair, should I be a little more concerned about your health than mine? I'd say yes.
Yeah.
But according to some things about this bill, the answer is no. They're going to cut a lot of things that help handicap. They're going to cut a lot of people who have issues. Problems, real problems. But I'm optimistic for one reason.
Why? We
still have the power here in this country to take our power back. And that's the other thing I really want to drive home.
What year is that?
It's coming. I said that this country has to take their power back. It's our job. What, are we going to sit here complaining? What does that solve?
Right.
I told you 2020 is clear vision.
Clear
you
vision.
asked me how soon.
Okay, that's it.
In the
clear
new election,
vision. She
it does.
told us that.
But also 2018 should be great for some shifting. But here's what I want to get across. If you'll notice people if you're critical of Trump, like I watched the blog, they instantly rip Hillary to shreds. Well, Hillary's out. Let her go.
Right.
She's not there. She is not there. But they like to go, but Hillary was this. And Hillary, I'm like, we don't care. What do you call that? 2 wrongs making a right. It's like, please, let's embrace one thing that changed. This is a shift that's never happened in our country. Russia interfered, and they didn't just interfere. It was a goal. Putin, you saw the headlines today. Putin said straight up, let's help Trump win, and let's do what it takes to take Hillary down. That is a fact. So if you can just please hear that, stop being so... Don't compare it to something else, because it never happened. It's never happened till now. And if you don't care about that, you realize if we don't fix this mess, that someone interfered with our vote, we're never going to want to vote again.
Right.
And that's the concern I have for this country. But it is happening.
And
we're moving in the right direction.
We are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
Next year is the year of 2. It's emotional. We can feel things. We have more compassion, but we're also more intuitive. Right now, people are being very selfish. Think about it. I mean, notice how no one's compromising? You got people saying, nope, if you're not with us, you're against us.
Right.
That has to change. Next year it gets better, and the following's great. It's big communication.
It is.
It is. So,
okay, so that's
but look,
great.
we've got wars. Let's not forget, we got the world stuff happening.
Well, what about
ISIS.
What about North Korea?
I'm not as afraid of North Korea as other people are. I'm just not. Why? One, this kid.
Yeah.
You know, this.
Right.
Please, I remember my background's comedy, so I have to pull myself together. But please, I mean, you look at him. I mean, first thing I want to do is send him to Supercuts and just redo it, and I'll pay. I will pay. Okay, that's one thought. Number two, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just running his country, and we have to be sympathetic that each country does what they think is best for their people. Let's not forget that.
Right.
So we're not always in alignment, but you do have to communicate and you have to talk. And you do have to scare them.
Worried about
I'm not afraid of that. I am very concerned about the Middle East
and
ISIS, of course.
ISIS, okay,
of course.
So is the president.
We'll see about that, right? We'll see what he does about that. Because guess what? You also have to do. This is an ironic statement. One of the ways he won. He was furious with Obama because he says he won't say radical Islam. He was very angry. Now he's not saying it. Stop and consider that. Oh, he will not say it.
I never noticed that.
Well, I sure did, Grasshopper, because I always notice that. I'm obsessed. What did you say and what did you do? He won't say it. So that means when you become the president, you are shown so much to go, oh, maybe not a good idea.
Right.
So yes, I know he cares, but you don't want to make them enemies, and I wish we could separate them. Like in my opinion, I'd like to hear radical Islam so that we can say there are some really good Muslim people. But right now, it's in the same boat. And it's not good because there's a lot of attacks. We can't pretend it's not happening.
There's going to be a lot more.
It's going to continue. And July, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, I feel one
July
coming
is big.
in America.
Well, July's big, and also August politically. I'm saying if you wonder about state of affairs, July and August, pay attention. But then I want to go to the good news for yourself, because I also know your people are very sensitive, and they end up going, why are you talking about politics? And you know what my answer is?
They do. I've gotten complaints about talking about politics.
But guess what? We don't want to.
No.
We really would love to just go, hey, that's our president, move along.
Sand, but
we don't have a choice this time because the stakes are high. But let's go to it. In
James
July...
Comey? Oh, go on. What?
Yeah, that's a powerful story.
Okay.
Here's what's going on there. In July, look at spirituality, your spirituality, and also that's what I mean about ISIS. They really do feel justified in what they do. The heartbreak is we're not in agreement, and we live in a world we want everyone, hey, you may not have my faith, but good luck to you, including Tom Cruise and your Scientology statement.
Right.
He has the right to have faith. That's his faith. And by the way, for him, it works. Not my faith. I was raised Catholic. But we all have the right to have a belief. And so going to that, we're going to see a lot of that. And so, you know what I say? Be diligent. Be awake. Don't, pay attention. You pay attention, you're going to be fine. And it also means nature's beauty. So if you can take a trip in July. It really is a good time to explore the beauty that this earth has to offer. August is the month of 8. Now, that's an honest month, meaning it's going to be politics. Something big's coming in August.
Really?
Don't forget I said that.
Okay.
Don't you forget.
August, you guys. We're talking August 2017.
That's right.
If you're looking at this on YouTube.
Yes, it's just something's up. I mean, it's just, see, the 8 embraces politics. As a matter of fact, most politicians have an 8 somewhere in their chart and that's a good thing. They care about the world. They want to make a difference. But it is in your face, and it's very honest. And when that happens, there's confrontation. Now, why is all this happening this year? The world number 2017 is a 1. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 is a 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 pushes you to be competitive and say, I'm it. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. Well, imagine that lining up with politics.
Wow.
And here's another thing. I don't know if you heard about, they were trying to come up with patterns of attacks, like that poor Ariana Grande.
Right.
That happened on the 22nd. It was a 22-day. Well, they were looking at a pattern, and they suggested that another attack could be 7/22, July 22nd.
July 22nd. What's going on then?
Well, this is what I tell you.
Any big, music things or
no,
sports arena?
No, but remember, it's a master number. And I will say there are patterns. You could Google this.
Right.
Some, like 9/11, that was a master number day.
Oh, yeah.
It seems some terrorists do embrace master numbers. Like they know what they are. Remember, this is a very old
they're using
science. Well, they're using the power of it, the mastery
and
of it.
astrology, I bet.
Sure they are. But what I'm going to tell you is, when I did some research on it, there were, like, let's say over 1,000 attacks, 32 of them happened on the 22nd. So that's not necessarily true. But Glynis McCants, will keep my eyes peeled to just see, is something up on the 22nd? That'll be interesting.
Hitler used psychics.
Yes.
And Hitler, an astrologer said you're going to fail, and he had him killed because he didn't want to hear the truth.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Can
we take a short break?
Yes.
Because I want to talk about, you said James Comey.
Yes, I will give you that. And
George
also
Clooney.
some hot topics. George Clooney and the baby.
Beyonce
what kind of father will he be?
And Jay-Z. Okay.
And Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay, we'll be right back, you guys. Hi, everybody. It's Char. Well, many of you have asked if I teach psychic intuition, and I do. Everybody has a sixth sense. Everybody has an ability to prevent problems and attain goals in their lives. And I'd love to teach you. Just go to char.net, CHARNET, and join one of my classes. And call Nikki, and she'll help you out. Remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Hi, if you like what you've seen on CharVision, then go to char.net and book a personal reading with me, or join a group reading, or join one of my workshops where I teach you to be psychic and intuitive. If you
love him.
Okay, we're back. Now, Glynis, take over. You're going to tell us about, we're going to talk about first, let's do James Comey real quick, and then just go to George Clooney because he's so cute.
Let me just say, with James Comey, technically on paper, he was born on a 5-day also. And remember I said the downside of 5 is there's some drama. Well, let's be honest. Let's go back to when there was drama a minute ago when James Comey opened up the email investigation again on Hillary Clinton.
That's
true. The Democrats were furious.
That's true.
So don't you think it's funny? But here's what I would tell you. My conclusion after looking at his numerology, he's Dudley Do-Right. He's just a Boy Scout. He does it by the book.
That's what I thought.
He did it by the book. So that's why when the conflict happened with Trump, he said, look, I'm just going to take notes because I'm a little concerned. He might not be honest. He straight up said lie 5 times. But my point is, by doing that, he proved that he wasn't trying to favor anybody. He's not favoring the left or the right. He was doing his job.
Right.
He runs the FBI.
Right.
And I got to tell you, when he talked in that hearing and his voice cracked, he goes, I didn't get to say goodbye to you guys, and I never was more honored. He made me feel so sad.
So sad.
I mean, imagine that. And now all it was based on is he wasn't going to bend down. If someone says, will you be loyal? I need your loyalty. He's like, you'll get my honesty. Like, I'll do my job. Not good enough. So that's going to continue to unfold. And then that's where, is it Mueller? Is that how we pronounce it? Mueller. Okay, this is interesting. Comey's a 6th life path. Mueller's a 6th life path.
Oh.
Now, what are 6s? 6s are the king of the castle. They are the ones who rescue the damsel in distress. They are very capable people. And Mueller was born on a 7-day, so he's got the natural detective in him. He's not gonna just present this. By the time we know the whole story,
right,
he will have dotted every I and crossed every T.
Wow.
No one will be able to dispute it. Now, mind you, there are people who would love to because they want to.
Right.
But it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Well, do you think this is going to get the president in trouble?
I'm not walking down that street with you. I just talked about your fun little friends.
Okay, let's not.
Those cute little people. But I will say this. Do you think the truth coming out could get the president?
Yes.
Okay, let me put it. Okay, here. Let me tell you something I love about the president. But also, I'm going to go back to when I knew him really as an entertainer and charismatic. Lisa Gibbons I love Lisa. She won first place. He really was in his element. That's
when he did The Apprentice.
He's good at it. He's a good
really
entertainer.
Good.
He's got that was his happy time.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now
so here's the deal.
Okay.
What is going to happen? Let's go back to Rosie O'Donnell. When Rosie upset him years ago, he could not stop talking about her. Before that, he was likable. I used to watch him. I liked him. I thought Donald Trump was a likable guy.
Right.
He'd be very complimentary. But then she offended him, and he couldn't stop talking about her. That's an Achilles heel. When someone makes us mad, you keep talking about it, it keeps the story going. Now his obsession's Russia. To say, hey, I didn't do anything, there's nothing here, it's a witch hunt.
Right.
But he won't stop talking about it. So his handlers are saying, please do not bring it up. It's an investigation, but it's not even our problem. It's special counsel. Let's just do our He can't. So Russia is the new Rosie. Ooh, that's a headline.
Well, that's interesting.
Russia
because
is the new Rosie.
It's kind
for
of like
him.
somebody.
He can't help it.
It's like someone who's addicted to something. They change one addiction to another to
Well,
get rid of
but
the
remember,
first addiction.
it goes back
But
to being
he's
liked.
obsessed with it.
Because if he doesn't feel liked, he's going to
Right,
get defensive
he's
and
obsessed
angry.
with it.
So if we already know Russia, did what they did. We don't know what the collusion part was.
Right.
But we know they did taint the election. Now, if he stepped right up and said, not okay, he won't say that. He won't say that because on some level, he thinks it's kind of cool. He even said a long time ago, Putin likes me. What's wrong with that? Wouldn't you
Yeah.
rather Putin like your president?
Right.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
But if Putin cheats for you, you got to say something.
Yeah.
And for today, he hasn't. So I'm just saying that's the downside. Like if I were able to counsel him, I would have simply said, don't go there. It's okay. Yes, it
well, they're
bothers you.
trying
Talk
to
to
find
your,
what Jared
your
Kushner,
confidants.
Jared Kushner.
There's a lot
did
of
with
problems.
Russian,
Listen,
whatever. But anyway, we're not going to solve
yes,
that
not
today.
we will not solve it, but I'm telling you, this is my promise to your audience.
Okay, what?
By this year's end, it'll be very clear what's to be done about it. That's my promise.
Okay, you guys got it. This year's end.
Now that's lucky, right?
Is this,
and
is
and
this
remember,
like
the government
December
normally doesn't move that
2000?
fast.
December 2000.
Yes, we will have clarity
17?
and answers, and we will know what to do about it.
Okay.
That doesn't put someone in or out. It means we now know what's up. And
okay,
I like that.
so we're all really excited.
I'm excited.
to do this. You should come back.
I look
like
forward.
at the
Of
end of
course
the
I will. I promise.
season.
And things,
Oh my God!
as it
we're gonna
continues
do
to
that.
unfold, I'd love to continue
Okay,
that by
let's
the numbers.
Okay, now.
I wanted to say something that's going to shock you, though.
Okay, what?
Comey on paper and Mueller on paper are actually compatible to Donald Trump. So the irony, if he met him under a different circumstance, as a matter of fact, if you go back to tapes, again, he praised Comey. He loved him. He's like, hey, Comey was doing his job.
Right.
Hillary needed that. And now the shoe's on the other foot.
Yeah.
Well, my point is they're compatible. So that says something, doesn't it?
Okay, so let's talk about twins. Like everybody's having twins.
Yeah.
George Clooney, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. What do you have to tell us
Well,
about
the first
that?
thing I'd say is fertility party of two, your table's ready. Maybe I'm having twins today. Did I pop a pill? I can't remember. I mean,
You're so funny.
that's the first thing I'd say. Here's what I would tell you. It's really a bigger question about George Clooney. It's actually very cool. In his numerology, I had pulled his chart. He has father numbers. Isn't that interesting?
Say that again. I'm sorry. Tony
That
and
just
I
means
were.
time?
No, we've got time.
No,
we've got
I know.
time.
I'm saying that's what that was. And what I'm telling you about George, if you have the number 6 in your chart, that's father energy. So the irony is here this man was Mr. Single, Mr. Gorgeous, everybody. No one ever thought he'd get
right.
married. There were a couple bets. Michelle Pfeiffer thought he would because she knew how good he was with kids. And then boom, meets the love of his life and gets married.
Right.
But he was meant to be a dad. So I'm telling you, when you ask me what kind of father will be, he'll be hands-on and he'll be all about it. You're going to hear him talk about the kids, how much he loves the kids. You're going to see father energy show up in him because it was always there. And I think he's always been a friend. Like he's very
Right.
loyal to his friendships.
Right.
He always has his parties, right? Like what about tequila? Didn't you hear the money?
Right. He just
mean,
he sold it for $1 billion.
Right, but with Randy Gerber, he's making like
right.
200.
Like they need the money.
No, but it's 233 million, I believe, since I am the numbers lady. I think
Yeah.
that's what it was. But what I'm saying is they were just having fun for the weekend. He's like, hey, why don't we make our own tequila? Or
Wait,
do
how
a brand?
much? 200 billion?
233 million he is making
million.
personally.
Okay,
That's
personally.
insane. I mean, it was a fluke. He said it was just a weekend fun. We were drinking margarita.
That's
I mean, I
amazing.
wish I could do that. You know what I say? Good for you, and that's for me. Let's say it out loud. Ready?
Okay. Good
for
for
you,
you,
and that's for me. Because who doesn't want that kind of success? Good for him.
Right.
But my point is, that's him. Now, here's what's great about Beyonce and Jay-Z.
What? You think those babies are okay?
They're born prematurely, which is always tricky.
Right,
I've
and it
had
happens,
many
and
friends
they
who've
have
had
jaundice.
twins. I think they're going to be okay.
Right.
You want to talk about
My
all the money in the
nieces
world?
were like that.
It happens. But I also had a friend that hers were in the hospital 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And they're great. You know, they turn
Yeah,
out terrific.
thank
So
God.
I
Okay,
think they'll be
touch wood.
fine.
Good.
But there's a point I was going to make about them. Remember, they've had some tough times in their marriage, right? I'm going to tell you what it is. they have a real connection by the numbers. It's
They
very
do?
powerful, and it's going to crack you up because you're going to recognize these numbers.
Okay, what?
They're both born on a 4-day, and they're both a 5 life path. So they have the 4, 5 again.
Oh no.
But the difference is that means, unlike Donald Trump was born on a 5-day and is a 4 life path.
Okay,
That
that's
means he
different.
appears the chaos. They don't.
Right.
These are money makers. Remember, 4 is
Right.
business minded.
Right.
Everyone I'm bringing up to you has made insane money. These two are worth like $800 million. So the point is, the 4 is security. The 4 is like, let's be together. The 5 is, don't control me, I need freedom. Well, they dated for a long time before they said, I do.
Oh, they did.
When they got married, they tattooed the number 4 on the ring finger.
Oh.
And to me, that meant, they're really going to make this commitment happen. Like they actually had the number 4. Now, what's his new album? It's called 444. Right? So I want to tell you what that means.
I just saw that.
Yes.
That's what that means.
Well, it obviously means a lot to him. But the 4 is like, one, it's becoming the expert at what you do. It means working hard. He must have worked hard on this, just like he created that whole streaming audio. What's it called? Tidal wave?
I don't
or
know.
something. Yeah, look what it is. But the point is, he did that. But 4 means working hard. It means family. It means commitment because, yes, there was cheating. You know he got in trouble. Remember the elevator?
He sang that song about. She sang that song
Lemonade.
about
Yeah, now the whole
Lemonade.
thing. But do you remember the elevator scene with the sister?
Oh yes.
Okay, something did go down. But here's the thing. He's never going to do better than Beyonce.
Of course
Beyonce
not.
is absolutely, she's not only beautiful, but there just seems to be a goodness in her.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going to do better than that. So they had to heal their love. But I said, and this is documented,
Okay.
that they would have babies when they were healed, when they felt like we're good, we're
And
good.
now they're healed.
And now they had their babies. So I'm very happy for them, as I would be for anybody. But
Yeah.
there's some hard lessons there. And I'm sorry about the twins, but it's not uncommon to be, if they're born prematurely, you got to keep them there in the hospital, right?
So it's wedding season.
Yes, it is. People
And-
love to get married in the summer.
Yep. And
Yeah.
You know, it's all about love, and love is the bridge that connects us to the spirit world, and love that connects us to each other.
Right.
So
Well, it's
tell
about
us
picking the
about
right
love.
date. See, Love by the Numbers of the book. The reason I really feel you need to get that book, if you're in a
This
relationship,
book, everybody,
it
Love
gives
by
you
the
advice
Numbers.
on how to get along better with your partner. Even if you're a challenge, how can you communicate in a way that you get along better?
Mm-hmm.
But also picking the perfect wedding date. Like I picked the perfect wedding date for me and my husband, and it was magic. It was October 30th.
Oh.
Yes, and it was. Let me tell you why it was a perfect day. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
By the numbers. Charlie is a 4 life path. So 1 plus 3, month and day.
Yeah.
That's the attitude of the day. 1 plus 3 is 4. The actual day was the 30th. 3 plus 0 is 3, and I am a double 3. So it was my day.
It was perfect.
Then the whole date, it was 2004. When you reduced it to 1 digit, it became a 1 because that day, the 3 and the 4 became 1. Come on!
Oh, that is so romantic.
Do you see what I do, kids?
Okay, so you guys, if you've got a relationship, I
Yeah,
suggest
the 3
you
and the 4
call
became 1.
Glynis because
Oh, yeah.
she does private sessions.
Yes, I do.
And she can help you figure out if your person is the right number for you. Well, Glynis, I
There's
hate to
one thing I
round
want to say
this up.
quickly.
Yes.
In Burbank, I'm doing in-person readings
When?
in July. July 15th and 16th.
Of 2017.
That's right. And you want to check that out, go to my website. Just give us a call and we'll
and your
tell you all about
website
it.
is
Numberslady.com.
Numberslady.com.
That's www.numberslady.com.
Well, thank you for sharing your wisdom
Thank you.
and talking about love. And you know that I love you and we all love
too.
you.
You're a really
And-
good person.
Well, thank you.
You are.
That's very
As
kind.
is the singer, Sonny.
Sonny, you didn't know he was so good.
No.
We'll take him when we go do karaoke.
Yes.
And everybody out there, I love you too, and I appreciate you, and thank you so much for helping support CharVision because it means so much to me. It helps me get my work out that I've learned for over 40 some years.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
Leaving footprints in the sand.
thank you.
are.
Oh,
You are.
thank you. And remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Take good care. See you next time. Bye-bye.